Hey folks, it's Eddie G, DM Fumble, and this is Fumbling Around. Today I want to go over 3 secrets that you need to know to make running cities in D&D a breeze. Hey, I like big cities and I cannot lie. Okay, now that that's out of the way. Seriously, I like cities more than dungeons and maybe even more than wilderness adventures. And when I'm talking about cities, I mean large and in charge, not villages or hamlets or whatever else you might have on your list. I enjoy those places too, and while those smaller places have their own special benefits, they also have problems that cities don't. If you really like this video, maybe I'll do one on those smaller settlements. Anyway, let's get into those 3 secrets. My first secret about cities is something that scares away most DMs. Cities are large. Yeah, no kidding. What I mean is that cities are like Gen Con. It's so big you can never see the whole thing. And this is good. This lets you, the DM, justify including anything that you want in your city. You want a map maker? Sure, there's one in your city. Need a cleric of some obscure god? Got you covered. Same thing for potion makers, scribes, tailors, whatever. You can have it all in there for your players. On the flip side, if there's something you don't want to make easily available to your players, it's not there. Maybe they go to that map maker looking for the Tomb of Bob. Hey, Bob can have his own tomb. Why can't he? Anyway, they go looking for that map for the Tomb of Bob, and they can't find it. The map maker doesn't have it, or it's seriously flawed. But maybe that map maker can lead the party to someone who does have access to that map, leading to a whole new set of encounters and adventures along the way. Lastly, there should be something that sets each city apart from each other. For instance, there might be laws against poisons or martial weapons, or maybe that city is known for a particular crop, spice, or even a craft. In that case, those items will be more abundant in that city and cheaper than they will be in other locations. These little bits can help set your cities apart from each other and make each one unique in your players' minds. Number 2, cities open up more social encounters. When your party's exploring a dungeon, there isn't a lot of opportunity for talky talk, other than trying to get that lowly goblin tribe to turn on their bosses, or maybe paying off some kind of ransom demand. In a city, it's easier for you to build more social encounters if the party's looking to meet the king, duke, or even the head of the Thieves Guild. How does your party even get that meeting to begin with? Who do they have to talk to? What service might they have to perform? And when it does come down to a fight, since most cities usually have laws against killing people, what are your players going to do? Are they going to subdue? Are they going to kill? Do they hang around and try to explain? Or do they run and hide? All of these can lead to some fun role-playing encounters and take your stories in new directions, rather than the old kill, loot, move on to the next room mentality of your typical dungeon. Lastly, if your party does have a specific goal in town, you have plenty of NPCs that can help keep them on track in the form of role-playing encounters, rather than just use DM fiat to keep them on task. Hey folks, I hope you're enjoying this video. If you are, please consider hitting that like and subscribe. It helps feed YouTube and lets you know when new content is available. And now, back to our show. Number 3, Deus Ex Machina. If you're not familiar, Deus Ex Machina is Latin, and it literally means God from the machine. It's a theater term, and it refers to the point, typically in a Greek tragedy, where a god, one of the gods, would literally be raised or lowered from some kind of stage mechanism in order to save the day. In our D&D games, it can be used in basically the same way. For example, if your party's starting to lose a fight, and before that death spiral kicks in, you can always have the city guard show up, arrest everyone, and sort it out downtown. Similarly, it can be the reason why bad guys take certain actions. In one game I ran, the party were trying to break up a summoning ritual, and ended up basically getting TPK'd. But rather than killing them off, the underground cult just wanted to complete their ritual and get out of Dodge before they were found out. After the party was neutralized, they went back to their regularly scheduled evil business. This allowed me to save the party, but with in-game logic rather than some DM hand-waving. So there you have it. 3 secrets that I use to make cities in my D&D games more fun and easy to run. See what I did there? Let me know your tips and tricks for using cities in your D&D games in the comments below. Cheers. Until next time.